Hello, Dr. Steele. This is Anne. It's important that I see you right away.
Sit down, Anne.
Thank you. Doctor, is Judith meaning anything more to you than just a patient?
Yes, much more.
What are you going to do? Are you going out there tonight and tell her and take her in your arms? She'll expect you to marry her. Are you? Or is it better for you to go away and leave her with us? Which is better? She told me she's in love with you.
Said that? You know, Anne, women have never meant anything to me before. I'd never met anyone like her. I was all set. I had plans and arrangements.
Yes, Vermont. Why don't you go away for your own sake, for your work?
Work? When I can't cure her? There's nothing else on my mind.
Isn't there anything? What has she done that this should happen to her? She's never harmed a soul, never done anything to anyone but kindness.
Look, I had a letter from Vienna today. The last finding in the case. Not a chance in the world. I don't know where to look next. Here's the 12 greatest authorities on glioma. 12 of them. Prognosis, negative. Prognosis, negative. Prognosis, negative.
Oh, I'm so sorry for both of you. But you couldn't marry her. Do you know what marriage would mean to her? A home, children, plans for the future. Could you do that to her?
The great thing for her is to never know.
Well, could you watch her growing happier every day with this thing creeping up behind her back? Could you stand that?
It isn't a question of what you or I could stand. The only thing that matters is that she should be happy every hour.
Well, could it be a long engagement?
And all my life I've told people what to do. Now, and what shall we do?
Arthur, is everything ready for tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's Anne? I haven't seen her all afternoon.
She's out.
Where'd she go?
Didn't you telephone Dr. Steele's office before?
What's that got to do with it?
Wasn't she there?
No. What do you mean?
She telephoned, made an appointment. She said she had to see him on important business. She sees him often.
Oh, don't be so silly, Ma. How do you know?
I hear them on the telephone. They're talking behind your back all the time. Something goes on between those two.
Oh, nonsense. Gossip. I'm sure if Miss Anne was at the doctor's, she must have had some very good reason for being there. But when Dr. Steele gets here, I'm going to have him examine your head. Answer the door, will you please, Martha?
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, Judy.
Oh, Anne, where'd you go?
For a drive.
Where to?
To town.
What for?
Oh,
Well, where'd you go?
I have to get dressed or I'll be late for dinner. I'll see you later.
Hello, Judith. Did I stumble into something?
Yes, Doctor. Anne and I were on the verge of a jealous scene about you.
What?
Oh, darling. Darling, you are a fool. Don't you know I'm in love with you? Oh, I know I've made an idiot of myself, but I don't care. Naturally, you must be embarrassed. Well, you've been proposed to. Well, Fred, all you have to say is that you don't want me, and...
I love you. I love you, Judith. I always have.
I love you, Fred. I love you.
I don't have much to give you.
Much, darling. You've just given me the world. For the first time in my life, I'm a complete person.
It was the eve of Judith and Fred's marriage when she accidentally came upon a file marked Case History, Judith Traherne. She opened it and read a letter addressed to Dr. Steele from a brain specialist in Vienna.
A study in the case history of Miss Judith Traherne and an examination of the tissue sample sent me lead me to concur with your diagnosis. The prognosis is definitely negative. Death in such cases is... Prognosis means the future of the case. Negative means hopeless. Hopeless. Prognosis negative. Prognosis negative.
I'm sorry I'm late, darling. I had a consultation. You look lovely.
Have a drink, Fred.
No, thanks.
Waiter, another one for me. You should try one someday.
I will. Perhaps on our wedding day.
Ah, our wedding day.
What's the matter?
Matter? Could anything be? Oh, here comes Anne.
Oh, if I'm late, I'm terribly sorry.
Don't be sorry about anything. Sit down. Join the party. We're playing games. Hide and seek. You can play, too. Puss in the corner.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. If you like, I'll leave. You two dear friends probably have a lot to talk over. My two dearest friends. Have a cocktail. I'm going to have another.
Yes, I'll have a cocktail.
Oh, they're fine. They deaden brain. You know about brains, Doctor? They loosen the inhibitions and make the tongue wag. You should both have one.
Judith, are you quite well?
You should know how ill I am. Am I well, Doctor?
Shall we order? Waiter!
Why don't you tell me what this is all about?
Why don't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Waiter! I think I'll have a large order of prognosis negative.
What do you mean?
You know. Ursula Clark. Prognosis negative. Do you know what prognosis negative means, Doctor? Explain to her. Or have you? A few months of pretending you're well, then blindness, then... So long, my friends.
Wait, Judith, we can't talk here, but
Oh, yes, we can. It was a question of humoring the patient, huh? Pet her. Give the poor darling everything she wants. The time's so short. Marry her if necessary. Now I know why you went to his office that day. It was to beg him to marry me out of pity. You're both so kind. Thank you very much.
Judith, you're wrong.
Don't touch me, please.
Judith, what else on earth could we have done?
You could have told me the truth. I can take it.
It's 2 o'clock, Mr. Hearn. Last drink.
Ah, that's funny.
What?
Time. Did you ever think of time? It goes. That's the business of time. Tick, 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 tick. You can almost hear it go by. Before you know it, it's all gone by, and where are we, my friend?